Dunkin Donuts in the UK and the US. Let's get into the video.
From calorie count to portion sizes, we wanted to find out all the differences between Dunkin' Donuts. Haha, it's me! Okay, I'll do it for real. From calorie count to portion sizes, we wanted to find out all the differences between Dunkin' Donuts in the UK and the US. This is Food Wars. With Dunkin' Donuts in the US, you get your donuts in 3 different sizes, I guess. 1 donut. Half a dozen donuts, nice. And of course, everyone's favorite, dozen donuts.
In the UK, our donuts also come in 3 quantities, and shockingly, it's the same as in the States. You can get 1 donut, a half dozen donuts, or you can be the life of the party with the full dozen.
And it's Food Wars, so you know we're weighing a donut.
Now let's see how much a glazed donut weighs in the UK. Our glazed donut came to pretty much exactly 50 grams, so it looks like the States are getting a better deal.
At a US Dunkin' Donuts, you can get your munchkins in 4 different units of munchkin. 5 munchkins? Dude, 10 munchkins. Not enough? Kick it up to 25 munchkins, see that? And if that isn't enough, you can go all the way to 50 munchkins. 50 of these things. Wow, look at the size of this. It's a lot of munchkins.
In the UK, we also have 4 units of munchkin, starting with 4. From there, we move upwards to 12 munchkins. The next size up from 12 is in a box, and the box contains 24 munchkins. And finally, our biggest size of munchkins in the UK is 50. Now, it might not make too much sense to compare just 1 munchkin in the UK and the US because I'm sure they're all slightly different shapes and sizes. However, what we could do is measure 24 munchkins here and 24 munchkins there and hope that it provides a kind of overview of the average weight. That sound about right?
Sounds like science to me. Let's do it. All right. This is 25, so I'm going to take 1 out. Oh.
Can I do it without spilling? Oh, God.
Whoop.
Oh, God. Looking like a croquembouche. Well, how is that so good? Okay, munchkin challenge number 1. How many munchkins can I fit in my mouth at one time without dying?
I'm not ready. Can you hurry this up, man? We got other stuff to... No!
If you guessed 7, you were roughly right. Although I feel like I slightly cheated because I almost died.
In the US Dunkin' Donuts, our hot coffees come in 4 sizes. Small.
In the UK, our hot coffees come in 2 sizes, regular and large.
Large. And extra large. The Dunkin' Donuts US website says that their large hot coffee is 20 ounces. Got a measuring cup here? Let's find out if that is true. Now, full disclosure, and the car right over here had a little bit of a spillage, so I'm gonna give this one, we'll say a 2-ounce leeway. Should be 20 ounces, might be 18. Yo! Okay, that's 16. 4 more ounces. Give me a break. That's maybe an ounce. 16 plus 1, I think, is still 17. There is no way there is this much of coffee on my car seat. Let's generously add 2. 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't want to be that generous. Wait a second. I got an idea. 20 ounces, so that means I need 4 in here, correct? Okay, that's 20 ounces. I'm gonna settle this right now. Okay, there's 16 in a cup, plus 4, you know what's about to happen. You ready? Come on now.
Now that all seems very dramatic, so I'm also going to measure our large coffee. Not a black coffee. Did I get that with milk? I'm so stupid. I just remembered I put milk in the large, so we're going to measure it anyway and see what happens. Looks pretty much exactly 16 ounces. Iced coffees in the UK also come in two sizes, regular and large.
At a Dunkin' Donuts in the US, we have 3 iced coffee sizes. Small, mediums, and the large.
No one needs 32 ounces of coffee. That's just too much.
32 ounces. Do I have enough for 32 ounces of 16? And this is 8. No, I don't.
We're also going to measure our large iced coffee to see what it comes to. So a large iced coffee in the UK came to 18 ounces.
Since I don't have another 16-ounce cup, I will use this one right on the 16. Okay. That's one 16-ounce. Oh, geez. This is exactly 16 ounces here. Was this the large?
I think that was the large, yeah.
This should be 16 more fluid ounces. Shameful. Absolutely shameful. There definitely was not this much space left in the cup. 27.5 fluid ounces in your 32-ounce large iced coffee. It's still almost to the, I mean, our PA just pointed out that maybe the density is different right when you put exactly the most frozen ice. Maybe. Let's ask someone who's a scientist.
I'm not a scientist, but that won't change everything, and you guys are still kind of getting a bit shortchanged. It's just because the density of the solid or the liquid might change, the actual amount of liquid in there is still going to be the same, so it should all balance itself out eventually.
At the US Dunkin' Donuts, the largest single food item you can get is this 2 dozen donuts, and the largest drink you can get is a box of Joe. Look at this. I think that's about 100 fluid ounces of coffee. I've always wanted to do this. I mean, it's like really hot in here. Okay. Just set this down in my seat and be like, this is my coffee. All right? Just write my name right on it. It's right there. Joe, do not touch. What? Is it? Oh, yeah. Mine, baby. Mine. Oh, man, I've already drank way too much coffee.
Now the biggest thing on the menu in the UK is the Dunkin Feast. This is 2 dozen donuts, 50 munchkins and 2 boxes of Joe, all for a price of £80. Now unfortunately when we went in today they didn't have any boxes of Joe available. However, one of them is supposed to be 100 fluid ounces of coffee, which is far too much coffee.
This here is a US glazed Dunkin' donut. It is roughly 360 calories, has 22 grams of fat, 10 of those are saturated, 420 milligrams of sodium, 39 carbs, and 18 grams of sugar.
And in the UK, the same donut has 230 calories, 13 grams of fat, 230 milligrams of sodium, 25 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of sugar.
So by my calculations, the US glazed donut is 56.5% higher in calories, 69.2% higher in fat, and 80% higher in sugar. I gotta burp. Sorry. Let's talk about another donut, the Boston Cream Donut. I don't know why it's shaped like a heart. I'm assuming because it's Valentine's. We're shooting this in February. Normally, it's a circle. Anyway, this donut has 270 calories, 11 grams of fat, 18 grams of sugar.
The UK version of the Boston Cream contains 280 calories, 15 grams of fat, 17 grams of sugar. So that has more calories and fat.
A large iced coffee with cream and sugar in the US has roughly 260 hang on. Back to life, baby! A large iced coffee at a Dunkin' Donuts in the US has 260 calories, 18 grams of fat, and 37 grams of carbs. That seems like a lot, doesn't it?
In the UK, a large Dunkin' coffee with cream and sugar comes to 190 calories with 9.1 grams of fat and 30.4 grams of carbs.
If we break it down by fluid ounce, it turns out the US is higher in every metric except carbs. Just look at all that data. Think about adding a flavor pump to your coffee. In the US and the UK, you can get vanilla, caramel, hazelnut flavors. On average, in the US though, when you add those pumps, you are adding 165 calories, 38 grams of carbs and 37 more grams of sugar. All of our information from the UK for this episode was taken from not Dunkin' Donuts UK, but other nutrition sites and food bloggers and whatever. Assuming that the iced coffee in the US and Dunkin' Donuts are the same, not sure if it is, they didn't tell us, thanks a lot Dunkin' Donuts UK, but assuming it is the same, to get this large iced coffee with cream and sugar and these two donuts we talked about earlier, total it is 890 calories, which is 35.6% of your daily intake.
And in the UK, a large iced coffee with cream and sugar, a glazed donut, and a Boston cream donut comes to 700 calories, or 28% of your daily allowance.
What about munchkins? In the US, one glazed munchkin is 60 calories. It's 3 grams of fat, 60 milligrams of sodium, 7 grams of carbs, and 3 grams of sugar.
Now, unfortunately, Dunkin' in the UK does not release any of its ingredients information. We did reach out to see if they'd make an exception, but unfortunately, at the time of shooting this, they had not.
US Dunkin' Donuts website does have a majority of its nutritional info on the site. Let me read you some hits right now. Okay, first, the coffee. Hot or cold, it's 100% brewed Arabica coffee. Fantastic. Now, if you want to add cream and sugar to your coffee like a 16-year-old influencer, now you've added milk, cream, disodium phosphate as a stabilizer, sodium citrate as a stabilizer, and sugar. Of the many flavor shots you can add to the coffee in the US, I picked the caramel one because it's also available in the UK, assuming that it is the same in the US and the UK. In the US, the caramel shots are made up of sweetened, condensed, non-fat milk, which is non-fat milk and sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and sugar, water, and brown sugar, so 3 different various sugar substances, fantastic, caramel color, potassium sorbate as a preservative, natural flavors, and salt. A glazed donut at a US Dunkin' Donuts is made up of enriched wheat flour, which is flour, malted barley, holy okay, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, all right, water, palm oil, yeast donut concentrates, brackets, which is soy flour, salt, leavings, sodium acid, pyrophosphate, baking soda, wheat starch, whey, a milk derivative, non-fat dry milk, gum blend, which is a cellulose gum, guar gum, acacia gum, carrageenan, and xanthan gum. A lot of gum. Can you scroll, please? Sodium caseinate, which is a milk derivative, sodium stearoacetate, lactylate, and it contains 2% or less of soybean oil, soy lecithin, whole egg, natural flavors, turmeric extract for color, enzymes, annatto extract for color, yeast, dextrose, soybean oil, and mono and diglycerides. Okay, that's the dough. Now for the glaze. We ain't even done yet. Scroll up, please. The glaze of a glazed donut has sugar, water, maltodextrin, and contains 2% or less of cornstarch, mono and diglycerides, citric acid, agar, cellulose gum, potassium sorbate as a preservative, and, of course, artificial flavors. It's a lot of stuff. So what's in the Boston cream donut, you ask? All right, the dough is the same as the glazed dough, but the Bavarian cream filling is water, sugar, modified food starch, corn syrup, palm oil, and it contains 2% or less of sucrose esters, natural and artificial flavors. Oh my God. Glucano, delta, lactose. I mean, they're just making fun of me at this point. Glucano, delta, lactone. Sounds like a font. Salt, potassium sorbate, and sodium benzenate for preservatives, and agar and beta carotene for color. And of course, don't forget about the chocolate icing, which is sugar, water, cocoa, high fructose corn syrup, soybean oil, cornstarch, corn syrup, maltodextrin, and contains 2% or less of dextrose, palm oil, salt, potassium sorbate, and sodium perthoniate preservatives, soy lecithin, artificial flavors, and agar. And you know what? I'm not going through every donut. Here's everything exclusive to the US at Dunkin' Donuts.
Here is everything you will only find on the menu at a UK Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm not sure if they have any bagels at the UK Dunkin' Donuts, but in the US you can get cinnamon raisin, you can get sesame, everything. Oh, you can also get, of course, English muffins. An English muffin? How come England doesn't have the English muffins? Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder.
Here are all the exclusive donuts you can only find in the UK. There are a lot of them and I've forgotten all of their names, so I'm just going to make up names for them as I go, and then we can put the actual names up on screen for you. Let's start with this one. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. It's very, very bright. If you see something that's this color in nature, just do not eat it. This one I believe is Mr. Happy, little smiley face. It's kind of cute, or sinister perhaps, depending on your interpretation of things. It's worth noting that some of these are only here because we're filming this in the run-up to Valentine's Day, so they've got a bit of a love theme going on right now. This one is Love Dust, Flatline, pretty in pink, Heart Bypass, Love Prison, because it's like jail cell bars. This one is Keith. This one I'm jazzed about. This is the apple crumble donut. Now, I know American pie is a very American thing, whereas in the UK, we quite like a crumble. Instead of pastry, we have a kind of like flour and butter crumble mix on top.
So many different donuts than in the US and not in the UK. I didn't want to do every single donut that's different, but 3 that I feel are like kind of like the hits that I would figure were everywhere, but apparently not in the UK, are an old fashioned, this one, right? The apple fritter. Hang on. This is so good. And the coffee roll. Look at the size of this coffee roll, man. It's like a spare tire. Hell yeah. A coffee cake muffin. Also in the US, you can get corn muffins at some Dunkin' Donuts. Not the one that I went to, unfortunately. Breakfast sandwiches. Dunkin' Donuts in the US has so many different varieties of sandwiches. Far too many to mention in this. I got as many as I could find. So one of these is a turkey sausage, egg, and cheese. The other one is a Beyond Meat breakfast sandwich. These all look the same. Veggie, egg white, omelet sandwich on the protein thins. The Power Breakfast sandwich. I don't know. This one, what is this? This one's got like some bacon and stuff on it. An egg white with bacon sandwich on a croissant. Here's just a few other ones that are available in the US and not in the UK that I couldn't get my hands on. Limited menu. The Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich, maple sugar bacon, bacon toasty, Angus steak sandwich. They also have chicken bacon sandwiches, a chicken biscuit, which I would love to have had, wasn't available, and of course their exclusive grilled cheese. Also, they have snacking bacon and those Dunkin' bowls. I can't believe they didn't have those. Like, I got those just recently. Along with bagels, you can also get white cheddar bagel twists.
And finally, we have a few other items that you will only find in the UK. We'll start with these 2 cookies. This one is a chocolate chunk cookie, and this one is a salted caramel cookie. This one looks like aggressively salty. There's big chunks of sand, not sand, salt. Sand would be a gross cookie. Then we have 2 exclusive hot coffee options, which are the cortado and the flat white. A cortado is a foamed milk and espresso combination, and a flat white is a steamed milk and espresso combination. Then we have a couple of exclusive cold options as well. This one is a mango coolata, which is like a mango flavored kind of blended ice drink. It looks pretty good. I can imagine that being quite refreshing on a summer's day. And then finally we have this, which is a shaken lemonade. It kind of just looks like water now. I'm not sure if that's just because it's been sat here for a while under the lights, but it's quite impressive to watch the lady make it in the shop. She was actually going at it with a cocktail shaker, and it was a bit of fun.
The drinks. So many different drinks that you can get in the US, you can't get in the UK. I'll just start down here. First one, iced cappuccino. Am I taking a sip of everything? Iced cappuccino. Yeah, it's all right. Frozen chocolate, iced Americano, peach passion fruit refresher, a strawberry dragon fruit refresher. The only hot one we have here is a matcha latte, iced matcha latte. Ooh, we're talking about the coolatas, yo! Coolatas, yeah! Strawberry coolata. Ooh, a little tart. I like that. Conserving straws. Yeah, that's the best one. Blue raspberry. Blue raspberry coolata. I love I was on my high horse about how sweet these beverages are and how bad it is for you. Coolatas, pretty nice. A green coolata. That's something matcha. I don't know what that is. There's matcha in it. And last but not least, at least I don't think. Okay. This is a milk-colored coolata. I can't imagine this being any good. Whoa, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, it's vanilla. This is too much of any But I would have a culotta if it came in like 3 ounces, just like a shot.
Whoever's still stuck around to watch this, I'm going to try and fit a whole donut in my mouth.
Remember to leave a like and subscribe and click a video on the screen to watch some more.